The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hi, everybody. Good morning, or I guess good afternoon, depending on where you are. And thanks so much for joining today. I just wanted to say thank you for everybody attending. Today's webcast will be hosted by commercebuild. I'm probably a different voice than what you're used to. My name is Melissa Galeskis. I am the new program manager over here at Sage for the ISVs. And really just real quick, because I don't want to delay too much, but before we get started, I want to go through a couple logisticals and just want to let you guys know that the presentation is going to be about 45 minutes. So there will be time for questions at the end. So if we can hold all those questions until the end, that gives us time for that Q&A. But if you do have any questions in the interim, please post those into the Q&A so that we don't forget them and we make sure that we try to get those all addressed. Also, this is being recorded and we will be posting that out to everyone for review later. And so with that, I'm going to turn this over to Daniel Saunders from commercebuild. Thanks so much, Daniel.
Yeah, thanks so much. I appreciate the intro. Hi, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you are in the world. Good evening as well. I appreciate you joining the conversation that we're going to have today. We're going to center this around Sage and commercebuild, and more so increasing sales while decreasing order errors. We offer a fast and affordable e-commerce solution for Sage X3 and Sage 300. commercebuild connects customers to the heart of every business with an ERP integrated e-commerce experience. Since inception, we've been committed to delivering affordable solutions for businesses of all sizes that cater into the B2B and even the B2C space for manufacturing, distributing, retail, food and beverage. We're even getting an influx of medical supply companies. We're able to deliver this phenomenal experience by ensuring swift implementations that maximize the customer's return on investment of the ERP. Some of the frustrations that we see typically when we're having conversations with customers, these three are really the biggest ones, right? The project's expensive, we have to enter into long-term contracts, we've got time-consuming delays, complex, it's requiring specialized resources, and look, we see this, an e-commerce journey for one customer is not the same e-commerce journey as the next. You know, businesses are kind of like snowflakes. They have their unique business place, and that's why they're in business, because they have a unique offering. They have a unique style of what they're doing business, and they stand out in the marketplace, right? And to encompass all of that and the reason why, and then put that all together into ERP and e-commerce, well, I think that's where we specialize in over here at commercebuild. So really, since 2006, we've been the leading provider of e-commerce web stores, customer portals, sales portals for hundreds of X3 and 300 customers. We've built, I don't know, well over 1,000 web stores for our customers over the 17 years that we've been in business working with Sage-run businesses. We offer a cost-effective SaaS package. It does not contain any type of GMV pricing model. We want you to grow with commercebuild. We want you to earn all the profits that you can, and we just want to take care of that offering in a fixed flat SaaS fee. We don't think that we're privy to any of your revenues like some other e-commerce providers that are out there. You can see on here we offer a 60-day implementation for our out-of-the-box customers, and in some cases customer sales portals take only 48 hours. It just depends on what your requirements are, how many pages you want us to build, and the features and functionality that you want to incorporate in that, right? We offer the best in industry global support. We're available 24/7, 365. We have an average reply time of under an hour. I think this morning when I checked, it was 21 minutes. Our team is phenomenal, not only because of the response time, but because of the knowledge that they have, right? It's very important nowadays to understand the platforms and the resources that customers are using. So our team not only understands the commerebuild platform, but we understand whether it's 300 or X3 from a foundational level, right? Our deep integration with 300 and X3 really exemplifies our knowledge base of that. And obviously, software has run into issues. Software has problems. If anyone says that their software works 100% of the time, 365, well, they're lying. It just doesn't happen that way. Problems will always occur when it comes to data being transferred, unique experiences. And what you need is you need a provider and a partner that can really go to bat for you and make sure that, you know, we address the situation, we understand what the problem is, and that we deliver a rock solid solution. And what you'll be able to do with that is have a happy customer that's going to stay with Sage a long time, hopefully stay with commerebuild a long time on that. We are a one-stop shop. So, you know, customer comes to us, we're not going to send them to a design agency and say, great, go build over there and pay the money over there. No, we're going to go ahead and take care of the entire process. So typically we get introduced by a partner, right? We are very partner centric. We follow the partner's guidelines. We want to be respectful to that. Even if it's early in the stages of maybe you're selling Sage, right? Include us. Contact us. And that RFQ, if they've got customer portal or e-commerce, 99% of the time they do, you know, let's not wait till the end of it. Let's have a conversation up front. Let's talk about how great the two companies are together and how marrying those two really create a rock solid experience from ERP to web. Some of the problems that we solve for, and look, these are real quotes. I love them. We're a global company, so we hear some of the greatest quotes you could ever imagine from wonderful regions and their dialect and how they see things. And this first one's 100% my favorite. There's no doubt about it. The current process of trying to enter orders from our sales reps is described as a dog's breakfast. That is the funniest thing I've ever heard of on the call. That was wonderful, and we had a good chuckle about it. As you could probably imagine, these people were located in England, because I've never heard that over here in the States, but still wonderful for them to say that. Another one, we need an interface that makes it easier for customers to order and see real-time order status. These are real questions, things that we handle and solve for on a daily basis. Last but certainly not least, we want our customer service team to build our business and increase sales with value-added work. We definitely see commerebuild as a value add from all the hard work that was done during the implementation, the upgrades, and the upkeep for Sage 300 or X3, right? Now, this is a cool little diagram. If you're not too techie, that's totally fine. This is a simplistic way of describing a complicated kind of system or order taking thing, right? So what we'll do is we'll talk about an e-commerce experience with the connector, and then I'll talk about a native integration to the e-commerce. So commerebuild's integration is a little different from, say, a Shopify, WooCommerce, Magento, or maybe some of those other platforms that are out there. A generic e-commerce solution, they'll deploy a website, they'll build a separate database. The customer is responsible for, you know, managing that. They need to make sure the pricing is maintained, inventory status is there, the products are updated and accessible, customers and financial data on the website. So again, you're looking to replicate everything inside of that Sage ERP up to the web store, right? They're responsible for building complex workflows, business logic, you know, all these different customer types. And, you know, to be quite honest, that there's a lot to manage here in this scenario. And not hardly any of this is managed inside the ERP, right? So these are all third-party connections because those other providers, they want to be the center of truth. They want to be the center of the universe. So what you have to do is you have to build out tax, build out payment, build out shipping, a PIM, a DAM, a CPQ. You have to build all that inside of the e-commerce application and manage that data in that particular location. But you also have to manage data in the ERP, right? So you've got really two databases there, what you're trying to manage. As you can see, we've got all these here, got all those there, you've got the connector. Well, wouldn't it be easier, in my opinion, if we remove the connector, because that's a single point of failure. That's also another point of management there. So you really have three versions of management going on: ERP management, connector management, e-commerce database management on that. That's the connector version of it. It looks complicated. It is complicated. You have to have, dedicated teams, or you have to go out and, put a solutions integrator on contract to be able to handle upgrades, security and compliance things, to manage the server. You have to manage all kinds of things, right? And some people just don't have the staff to do all of those things. Well, in comes commercebuild with our native integration. We call this a piece of the pie, right? So Sage does a bunch of wonderful things. It holds inventory, pricing, accounting, customer data, business logic, sales team. Look, if you're a Sage-run business, everything that is unique about your business is there inside of the ERP. And what do you need to be able to display that and interact with your customers out there? You have all that data that you worked so hard on to enrich it and, make sure you've dotted your I's and crossed your T's. Now you have to display it. Well, commercebuild's going to be the missing piece to that pie, and that's what's going to make you whole, because now you're not having to manage data in multiple locations. With our ERP-driven e-commerce experience, you're going to focus your time and effort when it comes to data in Sage. You're going to go ahead and enrich everything inside of Sage, and then we're just going to show that out in a consumable format in a URL on a website so that your customers can ingest it, can interact, can place orders, and they can have a wonderful experience. Now, there's really about 4 unique experiences when it comes to e-commerce, right? So a lot of people, some conversations that I have, and when you say e-commerce, people are like, oh, I'm not selling, retail online, so I don't need e-commerce per se. But that's only one way, right? So we've got multiple ways to handle e-commerce: B2B, B2C, customer portal, and a sales portal. So for instance, in a B2C retail experience, just a quick definition: anybody can purchase, anybody can see their retail price. You can create a one-time user, or you can check out as a guest. That's going to be a B2C retail experience. In the B2B section of it, it's still offering in 2024 as a retail experience, but that's where you're going to get your customer to log into the web store, and that's where the power of Sage in our platform really come alive, right? We can create a personalized experience showcasing customer-specific pricing, customer-specific products, and inventory locations on that. So imagine customer A can only buy one product, customer B can only buy the other product. Those two people will never be able to buy each other's products because you've got it set up in Sage that way. We can just map that and make sure that that's how it's described and how it's processed on the web itself. The third way is a customer portal, right? So we have a lot of customers today that, they're not ready to sell online, but they are ready to be online. They are ready to have an active presence, and they are looking for adoption, right? So the easiest way to do that is to offer a customer portal. Customers need a place that will continuously allow them to visit you, know who you are, and then while also obtaining information that's pertinent to them, right? So you'll give your customers a unique login. They're going to have their personal order status, shipping and tracking information that they can follow along, and they'll even be able to pay their open invoices online if they're on a 30, 60, 90, or 120, right? So again, a unique way to keep you relevant without actually selling online, but giving your customers all the information that they can so that you don't have to accept the phone calls, check your emails, or have people ask questions about where's my order, how can I pay this? I think the worst thing is sending checks in the mail, right? Well, now they don't have to send a check in the mail with the state of the UPS or USPS system is today. Things get lost all the time, and then you're tracking stuff down. And that's just not a fun experience having to call your customer after that. The last but not least way is called a sales portal. So maybe you don't offer a product for your customers to purchase online, but you have a unique relationship experience with your customers where you have customer service reps or a sales rep out in the field, right? This is going to allow the sales reps to log in. They can choose a company that they're working with, right? They can either place orders on behalf of that customer, or they can assume that specific person for that company, build their cart, and then tell the customer, hey, you can log in. I built your cart for you. Please check it out. Make sure it's accurate, and then please go ahead and place your order with us and stuff. We've got a really cool customer that we're working with today that is a medical device salesperson, right? But they're in the OR room. So what they need to do is while the doctor is performing the surgery, they have all of their items on a tray that's been sanitized, right? And as he uses those items, the rep will place that in an order. And then obviously at the end of that surgery, they can submit that based off the items that they used. And we're developing a unique method to do that in a mobile optimized fashion to where you could use an iPad or an iPhone to do all that. And then that'll be a more accurate way than the handwriting that they have to do today for the order forms. Really cool, really unique way to even take care of that. commerebuild has a vast network, and every time I show this slide, it's already out of date. We're going to continue to add partners. We're going to continue to add integrations. Our customers drive that. So if you work with a company that isn't on this list, don't fret. It's okay. Let's have a conversation about it. Let's understand why you're using it. And then we could potentially talk about building that into the platform so that everybody can use that and stuff. So we really believe in strengthening the customer's network by aligning with theirs, right? They've built an amazing ecosystem and most widely used the e-commerce add-ons, payment, taxing, PIM, punch-out providers, which is a e-procurement offering. But again, we're always listening, always trying to understand, well, how do we enable your business to succeed? How do we enable that success? How do we get you to grow and scale, right? What are your goals? And that's some of the process and the sales conversations that we have in the beginning of all that, and that knowledge is transferred over to our implementation team. I'll show you a few customer sites today. Our customers are at the heart of every business. That really comes into it, whether it's B2B, B2C. But let me show you a few of those right now on the screen. So again, all of these are real customers. You can see I'm logged in. We've got all kinds of different categories, featured categories. Searching is easy by parts. If you have a vehicle here on the Dennis Carpenter site, it's super easy, right? We're going to be able to deliver the information in a fashion that your customers are used to searching in, right? We can go to the actual account. We see orders, back orders. If you have saved carts, any active promotions you want to share with your clients, transaction history. This will allow you to pay any open invoices that you have. You can take a look at all of your purchase orders that are here. You can search by that. Again, all we're trying to do is provide a method that your customers can come here, search for the items that they want, maybe go ahead and purchase them while they're here without all the overhead of administration of taking the call, handling a chat. What you want them to chat about is you want to chat about, products and services that you actually offer and stuff like that. So really great. I mean, look, you can come into an actual order here. You can select it. You can see the status of those orders, whether they're shipped, partially shipped, the quantities on hand. Once you get into the order itself, you can see the payment method. You get a good list of all the orders that are here. You can place that back into the cart, create another reorder. You can print that order form. Again, we're just providing an easy way for a customer to digitally transact with you while lowering the overhead costs and all of that. The other thing that we can also do, this is really big with chemical companies for material safety data sheets, but any document that you want to share with a customer, whether it's from the account level or from a per order level, we can do that, right? So if it's an invoice that, the customer, really wants, they need to file it away, they can download this, which comes directly out of Sage, right? And they're going to be able to have the pretty letterhead, and they can go ahead and file that away. Or if it's a proof of lading or a proof of delivery, a pack list, like any document that you want to share, we're going to be able to do that for you, and it's going to be real easy for us to handle that for you. We also have a quick order fashion. This is part of what we were doing with the medical device company, where he could just write the quick orders down and then change, stock levels, whatever amount he used, right? So again, we're just providing easy ways for customers to make purchases while also lowering the overhead of administration on the back end. Now, we've talked about B2B, we've talked about B2C, and in 2024, those two really are mirrors of one another now, where back in the day, you would just get a spreadsheet online and you would fill it out, kind of like that quick order form for a B2B transaction, right? There wasn't the bells and whistles of videos. It wasn't really a lot of information about products and things like that. It was, you knew what you were going to get. You typed in the product number and you added the quantity, and that was it. Well, nowadays in 2024, we're getting more and more B2B like B2C sites. And Kookaburra, if you're not familiar with them, they're the Nike of cricket in my mind, and in rugby. So they're really big and everywhere but the United States. But I think they did a really good job of creating a B2C site, which is what this is. But once you log in, you get all the access to B2B. Like, they've even created some cool portals for their sponsored athletes, where their sponsored athletes will be able to go in there and purchase the custom items that they build for them, while also giving it away to their sponsors and other people out in the world today. Let me get back to this really quick. Customers love commercebuild. That's a big thing. We want to make sure that what we provide and what we offer is everything that the customer needs and everything that their customers need. We have worldwide support 24/7, 365. They're all commercebuild employees. We don't contract anybody out for that. Again, our support team understands Sage fundamentally. Obviously, we don't have the expertise that the partners do, but we're very partner-centric. We want to work with our partners to the best of our ability, but you can rest easy knowing that your customers, if you recommend them to us to use our platform, we're going to treat them just like family. We want to make sure that they're successful, because we're looking out for a couple of people's interest in that, right? So not only do we have the customer's best interest, but we've got the partner's best interest that probably referred us that customer, and we also have Sage's best interest, right? So we're kind of an extension of what the Sage ERP can do. And we need to make sure we're on our P's and Q's to deliver a phenomenal experience, to exemplify all the hard work that you guys have done inside of the ERP. Now, how do we offer 24/7, 365 support? Well, we've got tons of people in different countries that can help us. Again, they're dedicated to e-commerce. They're dedicated to commercebuild. And we've got that distributed team to get that worldwide coverage on that. Now, why do you want to partner with commercebuild? Well, commercebuild is partner-centric. We are trusted by over 50 business partners. We have a pretty awesome referral program if you're only wanting to send the business our way. But we also have a sales program if you're interested in actually implementing the customers on the platform. Both programs have pretty good margins. I'd say really lucrative, and they're flexible to make you guys happy. All of our partners will have a dedicated channel manager and access to the commercebuild marketing team. We've got pre-built what we call marketing in a box campaigns that we're happy to share with you. That way you don't have to put in the work of creating a campaign, and the ability to create any assets that you need for your particular special sauce. We can do that as well, and we've taken that to many other partners that we use today. One of the things, I'll come back to this slide, but one of the things that I want to mention really quick to you all is that we are in the Partner Hub. So please, if you haven't seen us in there yet, I know the Sage team has been working real hard about uploading some of the things that we've sent over to them. So please, when you get an opportunity, log in, take a look at it, download some items. The items that you'll see in there are going to be things like, hey, what are some features that commercebuild has? And we've got, items for, ERP document sync, payment integrations, shipping integrations, white papers. We've got brochures, videos that we've created on here, customer success stories on there. So look, we're committed to enabling partner success 100%. Now, I can answer any questions that you have. We can provide detailed demos. We can even create some demo stores if you've got a finicky customer that really wants to see their product data. So we've got test instances that we can do. All that we want to do is make sure that your customers are taken care of, you the partner is taken care of, and we incentivize that too, right? So we're happy to incentivize demos and even converting customers over with Amazon gift cards and things of that nature. So we want to partner with you. We've got a lot of strong partnerships. We'd like to build more because we think that customers that utilize the commercebuild platform love Sage, they love commercebuild, and they're going to stay with both of our companies a very long time. Any questions?
Okay, so that's a good point. So I guess at this point we can open it up to questions. And let me check on the chat. And also, oh, actually, hold on 1 second. Yeah, Allie, I apologize. I'm just looking for the poll to open that up as well. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. So I'd also like to, if everybody would mind, I'm going to see if this will actually work for me. All right. I'm going to open up a poll question, and if everybody could just take a quick look at it and, give it a quick, I'll leave this open for about 30 seconds or so. If everybody would please just, answer however you'd like to, and then we'll gather those results and provide that back out to Daniel and everybody. And then after that, again, if you have any questions, just post those up, or if you need to come off your mute, just let me know, and we can definitely do that as well. Okay, we'll give it about 10 more seconds and we're going to close that poll out. Okay, we're going to close that out. Are there any other questions, or does anybody want to chime in on anything, or? Okay. All right. Well, it looks like we might get some time back then today. If anybody thinks of anything or has any questions, I know all of Danielle's information is listed here. But again, when I post out the information in the recording, I will also put my information so that if anybody does have anything else that they think of, please don't hesitate to give a reach out to myself. Allie, as always, as well. But, you know, we're always here, so let us know. And we'll look forward to talking to you guys soon. Thanks so much, Daniel. I appreciate